guys, welcome to TV Show where we discuss our current favorite show, The Legend of Korra, Book 4, which is, sadly, probably its last chapter, last book.
It is.
Last season. Very depressing.
It's not probably, it is.
Fuck.
I don't want it to be.
Yeah, neither does any of us. Do any of us.
Would you
I
rather?
can't speak English.
Would you rather go on forever and then like get tired like a lot of other shows?
No. I've been watching Naruto for like 7 years, nearly
like
half my life.
Solid 300 plus episodes.
Okay, in a couple years it'll be half my life,
Yeah.
and it's never gotten old. I've watched 300 episodes of One Piece. It would never get old to me.
Oh,
But there's quality. I was thinking about it. There was a lot of quality in this episode that we watched in specific. Just like the animation and the story, it's just so quality that you can only get in shows that are short like that.
Especially since at this point it cannot be cheap to produce an episode of Legend of Korra.
Absolutely
with the
not.
animation house. But anyway, I was immediately hooked in this episode because it was titled Korra Alone.
Of course.
Which relates to my favorite episode of the original Avatar series, Zuko Alone.
Yeah, that was like mid-season 2,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
And I think season 2 is the best season of that.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
Because there's a lot of Zuko in it.
I do. Here's the thing. That show did something very smart in that by bifurcating its narrative between Aang and his group and Zuko.
Yeah.
Aang was there for younger people. Not that story was
That's me.
quality, but then the more mature plot lines kind of landed on Zuko. His arc, his struggles were more relatable to the older
So
people.
what? Oh, my older sister's so mean to me. Oh, my dad shunned me.
I'm sorry, are you...
So Aang's whole family died, all right?
Yeah.
They got burned to the ground,
Yeah,
all right?
and his nation died.
Talk
too.
about mature.
Jeez.
That's a little
But yeah,
bit.
there's a good balance between fun and lighthearted and more mature. And typically, the more darker, more mature stuff landed on Zuko's lap, and so I enjoyed his stuff more. And I think that was a great episode related to a lot of westerns. That particular episode.
Yes. Yes.
This one did not.
No. In fact, Cameron Raskow from the Twitters goes, Korra Alone was basically Zuko Alone, except Korra didn't save or make friends with anybody, not even the little leaf spirit.
Well, kinda. I mean, the leaf spirit is very open and forgiving because she was kinda rude to him.
Yeah, and then he came back anyway, and he was just like, would you have followed me if you had known it was me?
He's sassy too. I was like,
Yeah, I
okay,
loved
leaf
it.
spirit, all right, you right, but
He's so cute.
she must really be going through some stuff because if anybody in the real world saw a leaf spirit like that, they would have died from cuteness.
They really would. Even the dog was cute. His dog form was adorable.
I would have had
puppy.
a heart attack in the spirit world and died and went straight to the spirit world. That's what happened to me.
Now, by the way, I think we should clear this up real quick. When you die, you don't go to the spirit world.
Yeah,
the
that's
spirit
not-
world's where the realm of the spirits
Right.
lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Iroh went there because Iroh was cool.
He did that while he was alive, before he died.
Yeah. He
So
just opted to hang out with
maybe,
spirits.
I mean, his real body may not so much be there, but then he could possibly still be alive, or he could maybe...
That's a crazy point. Now,
Right?
and the question is, can anybody do that?
Yeah.
Now that spirit portals are open. Although in this episode, it did not look like it was the easiest thing to get to the spirit portals.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wind and Korra doing this
Yeah,
number.
and a lot of like water traveling,
Yeah.
and a lot of hot, and a lot of hallucinating lava.
Yeah.
But wait, that really confused me. So, okay, I want to get something straight. What she did was she was trying to rehabilitate with Katara and with her family back at the Water Tribe. But then she goes, oh, I'm going to go back to Republic City where all my friends are. But instead, she goes on a journey by herself. Like that.
That's called lying.
No, I know it's okay. Thanks.
Yeah,
I live
like
such an
your-
honest life. But so she went on like a soul search by herself.
Guess
Is that
so.
really
I
what
guess
it
she
is?
didn't, because when she's traveling to Republic City, that's the first time she sees evil Avatar version of herself.
Yes, that's true. Oh, and then she leaves it again, and then she
think-
goes on those really rough terrains that you're
Yeah,
talking
and she
about.
keeps seeing
Yeah.
dark her.
I came to
Very
two
odd.
conclusions while watching this episode, and I think what they're trying to say is two things. Don't follow the darkness in your heart, and the other thing I forgot while I was talking.
That was a real journey
what
right
do
there.
you-
You said something pretty profound, and then
I
you just
forgot the
squandered
other thing.
everything.
I was like, I'm not even going to try to BS it. I'm just going to be honest, and I forgot. But the first one was, I think their theme for that episode in particular, and probably the whole season, is that Korra is following the darkness in her heart. Because remember, like the evil version of herself?
Yeah.
She was following it, and it took her to that place where she got beat up and all that.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
then, so don't
Where she
follow
fought
that
the
dude.
Earthbender?
Mhm.
Okay.
He's always, the evil she is always leading her somewhere she shouldn't go. Whenever she's trying to walk somewhere, like back to Republic City, she's like, no, and then
Come
she's
here
like,
instead.
and she's like, all right, I'm gonna go another direction.
Yeah. But why do you think she's evil? Because of that, you think that like vision of Avatar state Korra is evil. You know, the one that's like chained
It seems pretty evil since it's beating her up.
Well, it's definitely a physical representation of a dark point in her life because remember when that's her when she was fighting Zahir,
right?
And she was poisoned at that point in the Avatar state beyond her will. Like remember, he went through the trouble to induce the Avatar state so he could kill her while she was in it.
Right.
So that's pretty much her lowest ebb. And so it's a physical representation of that, but it's not just her seeing things as we see in the fight in the swamp. Like it's
you're right.
It's really beating her up.
Yeah, it is something.
Yeah.
Vaatu?
Possibly.
Vaatu returns?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just too good a way to wrap up everything. And if this is the last book, which it is, but if this is the last book, bringing everything full circle about having maybe Vaatu join with one of the other villains that we've established, either Zahir or Kuvira, might be a good way to like tie everything back together.
Yeah, actually, that may be possible because I was actually really surprised that they showed Rava in the episode.
Oh yeah,
and I was like,
the
what?
vision.
Yeah.
That was a big Rava too.
Yeah, and she was running up the sand dune or whatever, and I was really surprised they showed her Rava. It's very odd.
Remember, my suspicion from the first episode is that this that Kuvira is not the main villain. She's a side piece villain.
She's like a catalyst or like a
vessel. Well, then who do you
maybe?
think the main villain would be?
Whoever is this, maybe I don't know, but I don't think it's her. It has to be someone else.
Return of Vaatu. Well, maybe it's exactly what DJ's saying. Like it could very well be that Vaatu can now combine.
He went away a little quick.
Yeah.
And if Rava can stick around in a depleted form, I mean, hypothetically, why couldn't Vaatu?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vaatu can too.
And maybe she's just gonna have to chuck him into that spirit hole, the fog, where you forget everything.
Just put him in a box. Just put him in a box.
I have another thing that
they put him in a tree.
Put him in a tree. Yeah.
Put him in a tree. Put him back in the tree. I have another thing that I think I talked about around the office a little bit. What if Korra has to team up with Zahir to stop Kuvira because Kuvira is the exact opposite of everything Zahir stood for.
You guys need to like freaking brainwash Zahir or something because he's the most useful dude in the whole world. Like if you needed to know anything, he's like, oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, I had a lot of time to study in that mountain prison.
Even though he almost like it took him like a couple weeks. He was like, "Oh, I'm out of prison."
Immediately a master, no big deal.
Well, there was an interview with the creators where they talked about how that I read where they talked about how the idea was that if you take a master martial artist and you give him a weapon, he will pick it up quickly. Whether because he's trained in a bunch of things, he understands the principles behind different weapons. So the idea was just airbending was just a new weapon in his hand, and because he understood the mechanics of martial arts, he's a master. Even without airbending, he's still a master martial artist.
Right.
Also, Guru Lahima.
Guru Lahima.
That too.
But that was season 3. We need to let go of Zahir. He's not in these episodes.
We can't though.
I loved him though.
Actually, I remember you discussing it around the office that Kuvira is very much like Hitler.
Yeah,
she?
Well, yeah, because
conservative. She's like
she's trying to unite.
Overly conservative.
Okay. I remember.
She's got a mustache.
No, not that.
She probably does if she doesn't.
We were talking about how the Earth Kingdom, or Nation Kingdom,
Earth Kingdom
is in pieces now, and she's trying very hard to put them all back together, but in her ideal, in her way, and that is very Hitler-like, and that is exactly the opposite of what Zahir stood for.
Yeah.
So.
I forget what the phrase is like, but what makes somebody evil in a real world sense is when they want control, but too much of it, and that is too much control. You gotta let things balance themselves out. You can't do it all yourself.
Yeah, because the one thing that made Hitler work is that the German nation was shattered after World War I.
Right.
And so he came in, look, I can fix all this stuff for you, and he did. He just, again, like you were saying, he wanted, you know what, we'll make more than just Germany and we'll take over and murder a bunch of people.
Is this one of the metaphors that artsy people like to do?
A social commentary, perhaps?
The whole first series was a social commentary on the Dalai Lama in China. Ooh, they've been reading the history books.
They've been getting in them history. I like this tweet a lot. Aaron at Cole11 says, so now can we have a reunion of the original Team Avatar? get everyone together and meet Sokka in the spirit world, #TV show.
That would be crazy.
Because
it's everything we want.
The big reveal at the end of the episode.
Oh.
Toph's back.
Oh, man.
It's been a while, Twinkle Toes.
Got a little bit of chills.
I cried.
Remember when I said that I wanted Tenzin to rip his shirt off and beat up Zahir? Yes. I want Toph to put Kavira in her place.
I was worried you were going to take that.
Yeah.
No. She's like 80 years old and she's like this.
She's like 100.
Yeah, wait, here's the thing that confuses me. Toph was the youngest of the original group, right?
She looks the oldest.
Is she younger than Aang? She's younger than Aang?
No, she's the same age as Aang. They're both
She's same as Aang, and Zuko's still kicking. Sokka's dead. Toph looks old as shit.
Katara looks fine too.
Katara looks pretty good.
Why does
Toph look
She beat
so
her body up.
old?
She beat her body up.
I guess so.
She's been throwing rocks since she was like 8.
And also,
Do you think it's a part of being an earthbend?
She'll still beat you up, DJ.
Probably.
Sure.
But I'm saying what I want to happen. This probably won't happen, but from the nerd inside of me, because we saw Kavira in the beginning when she did a whole bunch of bending and it was awesome. I want Toph to be like, nah, I was doing that since I was like 15. Like,
she just snaps her fingers. Everyone drops.
Then there's a huge earthquake and she falls into a sinkhole.
And then she closes
it.
I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried because the show's been like, Zuko wasn't that impressive at his bending, and the show might be a little bit realistic in that at a certain age, you're not as good at certain things as you were
just
back
like real
in the day.
life.
Yeah, so Toph might not be. But I also love the subtle commentary of the fact that like the stuff that they don't mention in the show, like they don't mention the fact that like if Toph's still around and Zuko's still around and Katara's still around,
did they smash?
No, avatars clearly don't have a very long lifespan.
Like,
avatars never do. They never do.
And did he just die of old age? Because every time we look at, like, we saw that fun
never
picture of
know.
Aang
That was the best
and he always
picture.
looks kind of young and fit. So that, like,
fun.
yeah.
Roku is the only one that lived to be old that we got to see old.
That's true.
Yeah, Kyoshi was young too, right?
I calculated, I read a thing about how they said that this takes place 60 years after the original series, and I think that means that Aang died at like 72?
Maybe.
Which is not bad, but like
not bad for that time period.
But still, you could live a lot
everyone
longer
else
than
is
that.
outliving him.
I think the other
this dude's a vegetarian, he's healthy, and you're dying that young.
He's an avatar.
I had an avatar attack. Once you turn 72,
you're out. Yeah. But I also like the last week the implication of the fact that when they're talking about the riots and everything, and it wasn't. I was watching the episode you guys did with the riots in the Earth Kingdom. You're talking about the guy that's supposed to be the new Earth King, and how he's like the great nephew of whatever
of the Earth Queen,
and the implication being that everybody else in line was probably killed in the riots.
Right, like why does it have to be?
I didn't even think of that.
Twice removed.
Yeah, which is why they went through like, hey, you're probably not going to get assassinated.
That's
and again, it's
subtle.
Yeah, that they're not talking about the fact that like everybody else was probably killed in the takeover.
And he's like, well, I want to go get a massage by some eels. Yeah, he deserves it. I'm sorry.
I think he's a great character. Imagine he's gonna be phenomenal.
Imagine if all your relatives died and then you had to become king. How would you deal with it? I'd be like, well,
he's owning it apparently.
Do we think Kavira's gonna have a moment like Zahir where she like metal bend murders the
Metal bend
murder the king?
That's the new band. That's a hit band in the Avatar world. Metal bend murder.
Heavy metal benders.
Heavy metal benders. I love it. It's beautiful. Can we start that?
Yeah, we'll be the heavy metal benders.
Draw art of it.
Yeah,
heavy
please.
metal
That'd be amazing.
Can you please, artists in the group, can you please draw us in the Avatar world? What we look like.
They've done it.
Stop.
It's beautiful. And it's beautiful.
Please do.
Please do
show
more.
I got my Avatar arrow. I look at that all the time.
Oh, I love that one of you. And they drew Upi.
And they drew Upi in it too.
Yeah, and like Upi's like actually drawn smaller, so you could tell that it's not any air bison. You can tell that it's Upi.
Upi's still a baby. We know this. He'll grow up eventually.
Okay. So this isn't really a real observation, but I am a Korrasami lover because I think it's hilarious.
They are not subtle about it.
They are not. She touches her so much.
She's like, if you need anything.
Anything. Are you sure you don't want me to go with you? I would love to come with you.
Yeah, and then when she wrote, when Korra wrote Asami back, she was like, "You're the only one."
Please don't tell the other one.
What's the difference between her and the rest of them?
Leo at LML_Leo. I think that's an L. Sorry. I mean, it looks like the.
It's okay.
You know. Korra only writes to Asami. #KorraSami confirmed. Yeah.
They could just be friends. I feel like this is the whole like Sam and Frodo thing where everybody are like, oh yeah. Listen, sometimes you're really close friends.
They're together.
Their tips touched.
There's some. I don't know.
This is what I'm talking about. Sometimes you can just be friends, man. You can be close. I don't want KorraSami to be a thing because I feel like women can have a close relationship without being romantic.
I don't actually think it's a thing.
Too many women on TV are defined by the romantic relationship.
That's true, and Korra isn't at all.
Yeah.
I think they started that in the first season, and they were like, you know what, we want her to stand strong by herself, and she certainly did.
I just think it's really funny, and
it is fun. It is hilarious.
Pepper it in there almost purposefully.
Yeah.
That's why I can't ignore it.
If I was writing this show, that's something I would do.
Well,
right? Yeah, for you.
It's for me.
The creators have talked about before that they are very in tune with the fan community, and they like
They're on Tumblr.
That episode in the original Avatar show where they watched the play. It
Oh,
was pretty much a love letter to all the super fans and all the jokes that they made.
That's the one episode.
I've intentionally never watched that episode. I've seen every single episode because I didn't know there was going to be another series, and I said I want there to be one that I never see. I want there intentionally. So it's never over for me. I said so. It's never over for me.
It's my favorite episode.
I guess I'll watch it.
It's my favorite episode. So yeah, before they spoil it, you should watch it.
It's still like the series. I still haven't seen all of it, and there's always something left.
You know what? That's pretty solid. And of the episodes, there are better ones that you could have missed, but in my opinion, I know it's her favorite.
It's right before one of my favorites, which is when like Azula goes to like the beach and all that, which is hilarious to me. That is the funniest thing.
I don't even remember that. Oh, I remember now.
She like tries to get like a boyfriend or something.
Yeah, I remember.
Zuko and Zula's whole subplot became a teen drama that season.
And I loved it because I was a teen with drama in my life.
Yeah. Why couldn't he have had his revelations just trying to find his mom?
Oh yeah.
That whole season should have just been Zuko trying to find his mom and finding out all the stuff that he found out anyway, instead of him all being pouty.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't Zuko alone a lot about Ursa? A lot about him remembering about his mom. Actually?
Yeah, it was.
And they're like feeding
because
duck turtles.
Zuko was the coolest character of the show ever. He's the best.
Aang's the best character to me. I think I relate.
Who's your favorite?
Because he's funny. He's got a
that picture of him.
Yeah, that perfect.
You got Zuko, you got Aang. Who's your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
Who's your favorite ever?
I don't know. It's so hard. I think it has to be Aang, just because I was so it's so good, and his journey was just incredible.
Yeah. What about core characters? Who's your favorite core character?
Oh my god. Oh, Bolin. Duh.
Oh, I do love me some Bolin.
He was even excellent in his letter writing.
Yes, his verbose.
Avatar.
That voice actor, PJ Byron, I think his name is. He's good. He's so good.
He's excellent.
He's really talented.
What?
I don't know who my favorite in Korra is. I mean, I want to say Korra, but like,
Yeah, it might be.
Her struggle is a little too painful for her to be my favorite character.
Yeah, by the way, can we just acknowledge the fact that we just watched a cartoon about somebody dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder and also going through physical therapy after a physical assault?
Yes.
Oh, speaking of physical therapy, did anybody think of Kill Bill when she's like, just move your big toe? I liked that.
That's a good reference.
I liked that.
That's a good movie.
Also, very Mulan when she cuts off her hair.
I also want to say when she moved her big toe, that was actually Katara water bending it just to give her some confidence.
That's hilarious. That's terrible, but hilarious.
It worked. She started walking again.
Yeah. She wanted to get to Naga. I would too. I actually cried, even though I watched the episode like 3 times already over the weekend because I have no life whatsoever. I actually cried a little bit when the very last line of the episode when Toph goes, "It's been a while, Twinkle Toes."
Yeah, well, the interesting implication that I guess whatever soundwave thing she does doesn't differentiate between avatars. Like she can sense the avatar spirit. Which is also a good thing. Which is also a good thing because that's what Korra's struggling with, is not feeling the avatar spirit anymore.
And she's got it.
She's still connected to Aang.
It also could be because she did some airbending a little bit before that, but whatever.
But like when she was battling herself.
I don't mean to be a Buzz Killington, but yeah.
Which also, by the way, does that mean just her failing to beat the spirit doesn't do anything to her? Because she got sucked up into that mercury pool and then just woke up and I was like, oh, okay.
I wanted there to be a better explanation. Like I know we're not quite sure what that Korra vision is. But
also, here's the crazy thing. I have no idea what's going to happen next. I literally have zero clue where the season's going.
Yeah.
No idea.
See, I don't know either.
They're a tandem plot.
All right.
Because the only big reveal that we had in the trailer was the Toph reveal, and now that's happened.
So why do you guys look at trailers? Stop watching trailers.
I'm okay. The trailer was really, really difficult to understand anyway. There was a lot of confound. Like, honestly,
it's a trailer. It's to get you interested.
Close your ears. Because, like, Korra even looked like Opal, you know? Yeah. Even in the trailer. Like, I knew who she was, but it's like, why does she look like that? Why are you wearing Earthbender clothes? So,
I don't know.
You know. Okay,
all
that's
right,
good.
Welcome back.
All right, we're good.
All right, so that's it. We really liked the episode. We're really stoked for the next episode.
Because we have no idea what's going to happen.
I'm so stoked.
If you want to join in the conversation, hit us up with #TVShow with your thoughts when the episode airs.
Which is, airs. It gets released digitally on Fridays at noon.
You better watch that on Nick.com.
And if you haven't watched the episode, you can hit the link down below in the description, which will take you there and you can watch it.
Yeah, and so don't watch this before you watch that, because we just spoiled everything.
Yeah.
So
don't undo what you just did. Go back in time and don't watch it.
Command Z yourself. I do that frequently.
All right. On that
also, if you like TV discussions, I just did a thing with Matt last week. We talked about superhero TV shows like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Gotham and everything, and we kind of like to keep doing it. So check that out. Let us know if that's something you want to keep having.
Definitely. I'm interested in The Flash.
It's very good. You should watch it.
Yeah. I've always loved The Flash.
You should watch it.
I like his... I think
and you can join us. You can talk with us about it.
Yeah. I like
I
young
only watch
superheroes.
Avatar.
No.
I like
what?
that.
I only watch Avatar. I'm getting out of here.
And animes.
Yeah, and anime.
All right,
but that's forced.
Take us out of here, right?
Yeah.
Now. Wrap us up.
Oh, there's more to wrap?
Yeah, just links below and
likes.
What else? I don't like subscribe.
A subscribe.
What else do you talk about? I'm only behind the camera most of the time.
You're right. Will, I need you back for a hot second. That was mean. This is Steve. He's your lover.